Yo, what is going on YouTube? My name is Billy TKO. If you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, because 95% of you are not subscribed. So definitely be sure to smash that thing. Guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different, and today we're going to be talking about how CM Punk could potentially fit into Survivor Series War Games or just Survivor Series at that matters. I got two little tidbits here. So without further ado, let me stop talking. Let's go hop directly into the video. Yo, what is going on, YouTube, guys? Like I said in the beginning, definitely make sure to like and subscribe. There's also a Discord link in the description below for you guys to come join the Discord, because over there we talk a lot about pro wrestling. It's a good time. Come join the Discord, man. But, guys, I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about CM Punk and how he could potentially fit into Survivor Series War Games. So, as we all know, right now, the new Bloodline have their 5 members. They just recently got their 5th member in Bronson Reed. Now, the OG Bloodline is still waiting on a 5th member. We all thought, because of spoilers and things of that nature, that Seth Rollins was ultimately going to be the 5th member in Survivor Series War Games, but we learned really quickly when we watched Monday Night Raw that that was not actually the case. They never said that Seth Rollins was officially the 5th member. Now, WWE could always go the easy route, and they could just let that be the case, but there is one other person that could potentially fit, and that person is CM Punk. Now, why do you say that, Billy? So let me give you a rundown. As we know, I know a lot of people talked about it, Solo Sikoa broke the phone of Paul Heyman. He broke it, he smashed it, he did all of that. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, tried to call back Paul and got no answer. And people ultimately thought, they were like, oh, Paul's phone is broke. I get it. Paul can go get another phone. But let's just entertain that for a moment. Let's say that that is the case. So under the circumstance that that is the case and Paul Heyman's phone is broken, Paul was left by Roman Reigns, and he knows that. He's aware of that. Paul understands that. Paul has an original guy, and he probably wants nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, to do with the Bloodline after everything that happened to him. Roman left him. He is by himself. So regardless whether or not that phone is broken, he's still been hurt by the Bloodline. Roman has been on a power trip. And Roman, truth be told, has still not apologized for the things that he has done. Roman has still continued. The only person who has really noticed that is Jey Uso. They're still standing behind him. He is still running things. He has never once apologized for the things that he has done. So say Paul is just mad at the new Bloodline, but he understands that he needs to part himself from Roman Reigns in a whole. That's a story down the line, and that's a story in itself. But he asks a favor of somebody, and who does he need a favor from? Well, it's no other than CM Punk, and CM Punk can come into Survivor Series War Games, be that 5th member, as more of a tidbit to Paul Heyman, because if you guys remember that promo that happened many, many months ago with CM Punk and Paul Heyman, where Paul Heyman just asked CM Punk to take him with him. CM Punk obviously being the OG Paul Heyman guy. I think Paul Heyman and CM Punk having like one last little run together. I know Paul is very innovative and wants to work with people and things of that nature, but I think as Punk's career is coming down to an end, I think you're going to want to see Paul and Punk on one last little run. Just let them go. You know, Paul and Punk work so well together. I get it. You know, Punk doesn't really need a Paul Heyman, but you can just tell when they're in the ring together that their chemistry is just absolutely phenomenal. So I do think that is a way to get to CM Punk in War Games. I just think overall you can have him do it as a favor to Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman ultimately has just been brutalized by Solo, the Tongans, Jacob Fatu, things of that nature. Now, hear me out. WWE could still always go the simple route, and they could just let it be Seth Rollins, and we could just be overthinking it. it is what it is. We do know that WrestleMania has to happen. WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, Nevada is taking place in April or March. I'm not even 100% sure. I know they've changed so many things, but I know that that's still a thing. And one of the biggest matches that people can think about is Seth Rollins and CM Punk. So this is part 2. This is the second on how we get CM Punk just at Survivor Series in general. And I think it has everything to do with Gunther and not so much with the Bloodline. Because here's the thing. None of us were ever sure how is Gunther going, how long is he going to keep this title? Because truth be told, last year at WrestleMania, we were supposed to get CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk was injured. We were not able to get that match. They did a great job at retelling that story with Drew McIntyre and adding him into the mix. So now we need to insert Gunther. So Gunther and CM Punk. Gunther has a match against Damian Priest that night, and I do believe we all think that Gunther is going to win that match, even through the doubt. But here's the thing with that doubt, is that doubt is really starting to creep up on Gunther, and he's going to ultimately just beat Damian Priest by, like, the thin. It's going to be a very thin walk. It's not going to be what you think it is. So Gunther is barely going to beat Damian Priest, but at the end of the match, he'll cut a promo talking about he's the best, maybe say something along the lines of he's the best in the world, etc., etc. Under that case, you can then have CM Punk come out and confront Gunther, because ultimately, if WWE wants to sell Seth Rollins and CM Punk in this light, the way to do it is by adding that World Heavyweight Championship. That World Heavyweight Championship means absolutely everything to Gunther, and I think it'll just add more tidbits to the story of Seth Rollins and Gunther, because ultimately the goal is to get to Rollins and Punk, and we have to get there. It's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. So those are my 2 tidbits that I think that we could potentially see CM Punk at War Games, Survivor Series, just in general. Those are my 2 little tidbits. I'll leave that up for you guys to decide. You guys can let me know down in the comments section below. Do you think that these could potentially work for CM Punk? Do you have a different theory? If so, let me know down in the comments section below. But guys, my name is Billy TKO. If you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because 95% of you are not subscribed. So if you stayed through this whole video, definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel. On top of that, I have a Discord, TikTok, Twitter, all linked down below in the description for you guys to come hang out, come join, etc., etc. But ultimately, that is all that I have for you today. I want to say that is it, and I'll be talking to you later. Peace.